Many people think that earning more money solves financial problems, believing that a higher salary brings less stress and more savings. However, for millions, the reality is quite different. They find that increased earnings often lead to more pressure and financial stagnation, despite promotions and hard work. This situation isn't due to bad luck or intelligence, it's a structural issue. Understanding this structure can change your perspective on finances and help you navigate your financial journey more effectively. Let's start with the most common trap, the salary trap. A salary feels safe, it's predictable, it arrives on time, it creates the illusion of stability. But salaries come with a hidden limitation that most people never question. They reward time, not ownership. No matter how skilled you are, your income is capped by the number of hours you can work. And when you stop working, your income stops too. That single fact creates fragility. One employer, one paycheck, one source of income. It works until it doesn't. Here's where things get worse. When people earn more, they don't usually invest the difference. They upgrade their lifestyle. A nicer apartment, a better car, more subscriptions, higher expectations. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it's one of the most powerful forces keeping people broke. Because fixed expenses create fixed stress. The more your lifestyle costs, the less flexible your life becomes. Many people earning six figures are under more pressure than those earning far less, because they've built expensive cages around themselves. The cage looks nice, but it's still a cage. Now let's talk about the real issue most people never address. Assets. A salary does not create assets. An asset is something that continues to produce value without your constant effort. A paycheck does the opposite. Employees trade time for money. Asset owners trade money for systems. That difference compounds quietly, year after year. This is why two people with identical incomes can end up in completely different financial positions. One uses income to fund consumption. The other uses income to acquire assets. Over time, the gap becomes impossible to ignore. Here's another truth most people never hear. Employees pay the highest taxes. They earn money first, then pay taxes immediately. Business owners operate differently. They earn money, they deduct expenses, then they pay tax on what remains. This isn't a loophole, it's the system. Governments incentivize investment, job creation, and risk-taking. Employees fund the system. Businesses are rewarded within it. Now let's talk about debt. Most people fear debt because they only see consumer debt. High interest, depreciating purchases, negative cash flow. But the wealthy use debt differently. They borrow at low rates to acquire cash flowing or appreciating assets. Inflation quietly reduces the real value of that debt, while the asset produces income or grows in value. Debt isn't the enemy, unproductive debt is. Finally, let's clear up one major confusion. Income is temporary. Wealth is durable. You can earn a high income for years and still have nothing to show for it. Wealth is measured in time. How long could you live if you stopped working today? That number, not your salary, is your real financial score. Now let's address the biggest barrier that keeps most people stuck: psychology, specifically scarcity thinking. Scarcity focuses on preservation, avoiding loss, playing defense. Abundance thinking focuses on creation, calculated risk, long-term upside. Most people stay trapped not because opportunity is missing, but because fear keeps them optimizing for comfort instead of growth. Wealth rewards patience, consistency, delayed gratification, traits that are becoming increasingly rare. Here's the truth most people never hear. Escaping the salary trap does not require quitting your job overnight. It requires changing how income is used. Instead of upgrading lifestyle, you upgrade leverage. Instead of consuming more, you acquire more. This could mean businesses, investments, intellectual property, digital assets, equity stakes. Small decisions, repeated consistently, create exponential outcomes, not overnight, but inevitably. Here's another important insight. Boring businesses often outperform exciting ones. Because boring businesses are stable, predictable, essential. The wealthy don't chase attention. They chase cash flow. They understand that simplicity scales and complexity breaks. Finally, let's talk about the most valuable asset of all: time. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. Wealth is not about luxury. It's about control. Control over your schedule, control over your decisions, control over your future. Every financial decision should be evaluated through one question: does this buy me freedom, or does it increase dependence? Staying broke is not a personal failure. It's the result of how most people are taught to think about money. If your income depends entirely on your presence, your financial ceiling is limited. But when you begin building systems that operate beyond you, the equation changes. Money stops being something you chase and starts becoming something that works for you. If you want to understand how money really works, beyond motivation and hype, subscribe to this channel. Here, we break down wealth, business, and financial systems calmly, clearly, and honestly. One final thought before you go. Most people spend their lives chasing income without ever questioning the system behind it. They work harder, they earn more, But the structure never changes. Wealth is not built by effort alone, it's built by positioning yourself closer to ownership, closer to cash flow, closer to systems that operate without constant effort. This is why financial education matters. Not to get rich quickly, not to chase hype, but to make better decisions earlier and with less regret. The goal is not to escape work. The goal is to escape dependence. Dependence on a single paycheck, dependence on a single employer, dependence on time for income. When you shift from earning money to building systems, everything changes. Your stress changes. Your priorities change. Your future changes. That's what this channel is about. Understanding how money really works so you can make informed, calm, and intentional decisions. If this perspective was useful, subscribe for more. New videos every week. In the next videos on this channel, we'll break down topics most people never hear explained clearly: how cash flow actually works, why boring businesses quietly outperform, how ownership changes the tax equation, and how financial systems are designed and who they're designed for. This isn't about shortcuts, and it isn't about hype. It's about understanding the rules before you spend decades playing the game. If you want clarity instead of noise and long-term thinking instead of quick motivation, you're in the right place. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.